Since Rise of Kingdoms got released, Mightiest Governor has been a very annoying event for free-to-play players and low spenders alike. And then you couldn't really avoid the event, you couldn't really participate in the event because usually it's a very pay-to-win event. But then you needed to get the commanders out of it. Until very recently, you would have found it very difficult to field 5 marches, basically good 10 commanders on the field, unless you had some sort of access to some sort of MGE commanders. But finally we're at a stage where you do not have to rely on MGE. You can field 10 good commanders if you wanted, excluding MGE. And that's to do with better availability within will. A lot of new will commanders are really good for open field. And then there's Card King, where you can access some of the MGE commanders, and then also the daily special offers, where if you're even as a low spender, you can at least get an unlock. The depth of commanders under the daily offer has been increasing quite decently lately. And then on top of that, you have, when you're in Season of Conquest KVK, you do have Legendary Tavern, where you can get unlock of MGE commanders. And then there's the new event Heart's Desire, which is a modified version of the Legendary Tavern, where you can potentially unlock commanders as well. But then when it comes to Legendary Tavern, after 200 keys, you're guaranteed to get an unlock of an MGE commander if that's what you wanted. Now let's talk about the options that we have. So the first recommendation that we have is going to be Guan Alex with infantry. Now Guan is from Will, so is a CPO. Now the Guan, you can start from a 5-1-1-1 even, and the CPO starting point should be 5-5-5-1. Obviously you work towards maxing them naturally over time. The next march in question is going to be Cavalry, Nevsky and Williams, starting point 5-5-5-1 for both of them, both from Will. And then we have the Archer March, which is Boudica and YSG. Boudica you can start from 5-5-5-1, and YSG you really should get maxed because you get access to him early on. Now a lot of free-to-play low spenders prefer to play with 3 marches, rather focus on 6 commander, get the max. Not a bad way, but if you're like me, you want to take out the 5 marches, we are not gonna leave you hanging. We are gonna talk about the next marches as well. So the 4th march is back to infantry, and you got Alex and Harold. Now Alex you get in early game, 5-5-1-1 is decent, but you can get him max because he's from early game. And then Harold, 5-1-5-1 is decent, but obviously again you try to get him max. Now for the 5th march, we got a mixed troop march, Trajan and Ethelflaed. Ethelflaed is obviously free, Trajan comes from the wheel. Trajan's starting point is 5-5-5-1, and everyone should have Ethelflaed max anyways. Now these are the 5 marches that we recommend. Now if you're spending a little bit, say for example you can buy the daily bundles, you can buy Attila from there, which takes you to your 6th march as well, because if you're spending a little bit, you're most likely to get 6 marches in Season of Conquest. That's where Attila Takeda comes in. Unfortunately you do have to max both of them. You can use Attila from 5-1-1-1 and Takeda from 5-5-1-1, but then ideally you want to max them if you want to get that counter attack damage, city popping and all that. Now if you're spending a little bit more and you can afford a bit more in terms of the daily bundles, you can get a Tomiris as well. A Tomiris 5-1-1-5 along with a Ramses 5-5-1-1 is pretty decent, so that could be your 7 march, or you could drop the Attila Takeda if you're not a fan, or you could drop the mixed march of Trajan and Ethelflaed if you're not a fan. Either way, within these 7 marches that we discussed, if you're looking for a 5 march, 3 march, 7 march, 6 march, whatever you're looking for, they're pretty decent, and without using MGE you still get decent results.